Oh my goodness, I'm so terribly late. So late. But I was being the friend to a friend that I would hope a friend would be to me when I called and I needed to talk it out. Sometimes we just have to talk it out. And it was at 12 o'clock on the dot when I was on my way to come out of my room to make some delicious lemonade. Mark Clark, there's your delicious lemonade. And that's the last of my canister. I have to buy some more because it really is a delicious beverage. Anywho, that's their commercial for today. Anywho, I was coming out of my bedroom to go in the kitchen and make some delicious beverage to come read with you, and I hadn't even chosen the story when my phone rang. But before I do anything, you know what I must do. I must take my temperature. Take my temperature. What is my temperature today? 97.0. I'm healthy. And let's look at Lala's plants today. Okay, well, this is mine. I planted these. They've emerged. Lala planted these. They're tall. Lala planted these. Finally emerged. Let's look and see if anything else is coming up. I don't see anything else yet. We'll keep checking. These are lemon and orange seeds that I planted, and they've been this size for a long time. I'm going to say they're miniaturized. These just some seeds that are sprouting on their own now, left over from last spring. They need some work. I tell you, I don't remember what this is. Those are tomatoes I planted. I want to say that this is lavender. I hope it is. I hope it is. But anyway, I don't know. I'll be surprised because somehow I didn't mark it. Anyway, so reading again from African American children's stories by African American artists and authors, a treasury of traditional tales, we shall discover together what we'll read. I know I do want to do this song, This Little Light of Mine. I'll do that as a poem. And I looked through the book a little bit yesterday, and I was impressed with this title, Tortoise Hare and the Sweet Potatoes. Malika and Brer Rabbit. But I think we'll do This Little Light of Mine and The Daughter of the Sun and the Moon. I think so. So let's go to page 4 first. And then afterwards on page 15. Page 4. This Little Light of Mine. When we finished at Cornell Industrial School of Labor Relations, this was Carol Robbins' favorite song. When I worked at PS 173, this was Mr. Osborne's favorite song. I'm gonna sing it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Don't you ever let anyone dim your light. Now we are going to read on page 15, The Daughter of the Sun and the Moon, adapted by Nicole Blades, or it could be Blades, like Ruben Blades, and illustrator by Rita Radney. I like this artwork very much. Maybe this is capturing my attention. Perhaps that's what it is. He's or she's also capturing my attention. I've never read this story. I didn't pre-read it. Once again, I want to be excited right along with you to find out the mystery of the daughter of the sun and the moon. Let's go. Here's a photo. Not a photo, a painting. There's the text. You focused on that, and I'll focus on this. Long ago, there lived a handsome young man who was the son of a chieftain. The young man's name was Kia Tumbundala. All of the young women in the village watched Kia with smiles and bright eyes. He was the most adored bachelor around. Kind of like in Bridgerton. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Soon, the time came for Kia to choose a bride. However, he wanted only to marry the daughter of the sun and the moon, not a woman of the earth as everyone expected. Kia's father, Kimanauz, I said that properly, thought his son's wish to marry the daughter of the sun and the moon was silly. How will you get all the way up to heaven to propose to her, asked Kimanauz? But Kia stuck to his wish, answering, "We'll see, but I'm not marrying anyone else." As word spread about Kia's wish, the villagers began to think that maybe he was under a strange spell. But Kia was so determined that he wrote a marriage proposal asking Lord Sun for his daughter's hand. And let me show you the king's name. The problem was, how would he get it to heaven when he could not get up there himself? Kia went to Antelope and asked if he could deliver it. And asked if she could deliver it. But she said it was too far. Kia asked Hawk and then Vulture, but despite both of them having wings, they turned Kia down. Hawk and Vulture said that they could only make it half of the way. Frog overheard Kia's request and offered to take the letter to heaven. Kia could not see how Frog would be able to do it, but he gave him the letter anyway. What Kia did not know was that Frog lived near the well from which Lord Sun and Lady Moon's helpers fetched water every day when they came down from heaven. Frog planned to stow away in their buckets and ride up to heaven and back without ever being noticed. Ooh, how clever. As planned, Frog made it to heaven, hidden in the water bucket. When the time was right, he jumped out of the bucket, put Kia's letter on the kitchen table, and went back to hide. Soon, Lord Sun came in for some water and saw the letter. He read it and was intrigued by the mysterious message. Frog returned to Earth the same way he had left. He immediately went to tell Kia the good news. If you delivered it, then where is the reply? Kia asked. I don't know, said Frog, but I do know that Lord Sun read it. If you write another letter asking for an answer, I will again deliver it. So Kia did. And Frog went back to heaven in the same way and left the letter on the table. Lord Sun read Kia's letter and wrote back. Lord Sun said he would approve the marriage only if Kia came in person and brought a gift. Kia was overjoyed when Frog returned with his reply. But the problem was again, how would Kia get to heaven? Kia gave Frog a gift of gold coins to bring to Lord Sun, and Frog went to deliver his gift the usual way. After Frog arrived, he waited until everyone was asleep, then tiptoed into the daughter's room. Frog brought with him a magic needle and thread. He gently sewed the daughter's eyes shut. It was magical, so the daughter felt no pain. When the daughter awoke, she could not open her eyes. Her worried parents sent messages down to Earth to ask Dr. Ngobo for advice. Frog got back to Earth first by way of the helper's bucket, and he raced over to the doctor's hut as fast as he could. Luckily, the doctor had stepped away, so when Lord Sun and Lady Moon's messengers arrived, Frog hid behind the door and pretended to be the doctor. Frog told the messengers to send the daughter to Earth for treatment at once. The messengers did as they were told. When the daughter arrived, Frog snipped the magical thread away, and she could see perfectly. Then he took her to Kia's hut. When they met, Kia and the daughter fell in love instantly. Frog, who did not like to be thanked, quickly hopped away. The lovers got married, and everyone was happy. That really was a fairy tale. We'll read Good Blanche, Bad Rose, and the Magic Eggs at another time. But here's one more old Negro spiritual. Go Tell It on the Mountain. Anybody who's ever been to a Baptist church has sung this song. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. And with that and the growing corn, I'm going to tell you, go take your nap.